So let's go from there to your take on Twitter's new CEO, and then we'll talk about the Twitter announcement tonight of Ron DeSantis and then the presidential race. How's that?
Great. So I think many were very disappointed by the choice of the new CEO, who clearly has very, very deep roots with the World Economic Forum. And there are multiple clips that are reminiscent of, in a way, of the young lady who was brought in by our Department of Homeland Security here in the United States to head up their new disinformation board. And then that got canceled. But some very irreverent semi-comedy pieces with her being very glib about censorship. And she seems to be very much bought into the logic that is being promoted by a variety of nation states around the world, that in the current environment, it's necessary to censor mis, dis, and malinformation very actively, algorithmically. My sense is that Mr. Musk. So one version of the story is that Mr. Musk was placed under pressure, in large part by the European Union, that Twitter would lose its access, just like I think Rumble has restricted access in much of Europe. If it would not, he'd already agreed to the terms that his commitment to free speech was not a commitment to free reach. So that there would be throttling. And I'm convinced that I experienced it quite clearly in my own Twitter feed, which grew like a monster for the first couple of months, and then it's just completely flatlined. And I get more chatter and follows and likes and stuff on the alternatives like Gab and Getter and Truth Social.
Really? That's interesting, because you exploded, and then you're saying it's just completely tapered off.
Flat.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's being throttled.
Yeah.
So you can't whine about this. It just is what it is. But
I still can't post any link to my website. Has links all over it saying this could be a malware site or anything. They've had that on.
They do that little trick. Yeah. So my sense is that Mr. Musk, and he's spoken about this in some interviews, he was basically presented with you will comply with our terms and conditions, or we will turn off the switch for Europe and some other nation states. And he rolled over and he said, okay, and it fits with my thesis that Mr. Musk, if you want to understand Mr. Musk, it's important to recognize that he is first and foremost a business person. He is not, as I said in a lecture the other day down in Southern California to a Catholic church audience, Mr. Musk is not Jesus Christ. He is not the savior of the world. He is not the savior of free speech. He is a business person. And he happens to be one of the richest men in the world, if not the richest man in the world currently. He's also a technician. Many people assert that he is gently put on the spectrum. His let's say emotional IQ may not be his strongest characteristic. So he seems to have found himself in a bind because he's trying to make this investment work. And it's not working. He's joked about that it is a $52 billion nonprofit, or whatever the price was that he paid. So he seems to have been put in a position where his desire to build kind of the one ring that would rule them all under the moniker X, incorporating a PayPal-like function and other capabilities that would make the Twitter platform, whatever it's renamed to be, kind of a universal widget for doing your business and potentially threatening Amazon. doing your banking and everything else is his vision for this. And he purchased an installed user base. In theory, that's why he was so focused on how many of the potential users were actually bots and trolls or paid. So he's hired somebody who is very much aligned with the those who advocate that we must control speech and information, of course, in order to preserve democracy. And that seems to be the choice there. Now let's see the next one so that's so I've been getting, actually, it's kind of nice when you make predictions because people force you to look in your crystal ball and you get it right mostly. And this seems to be another case where I'm getting a lot of feedback that I was an outlier in my skepticism about Mr. Musk's commitment to free speech. And I'm getting a lot of feedback that this is basically affirming the position that I've taken, which is that Mr. Musk is a business person. He's not a lawyer. He's, unlike Bobby Kennedy, to make that transition. He is a champion of Mr. Musk and his investors.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.